Well, there you go. The Cowboys, they play Sunday morning. It's the early game, so they're going to play at 11 o'clock kickoff Sunday. And we'll have it on 92.9 The Brand.
Is that Texas time or New Mexico time?
New Mexico time. Okay. 11 o'clock New Mexico time.
Okay.
So the pregame is at 10 o'clock, and then the kickoff is at 11. The Atlanta Falcons is who the Cowboys are playing. Then they turn right around and play Thursday.
Oh, wow.
On Thanksgiving Day.
And they've done very well.
Well, yes, until this past... I'm sorry. They don't turn right around on this Thursday. Then they play the Chiefs in Kansas City on the 21st. Then they turn around and play on the 25th. They play one of the Thanksgiving games. And they play the... They
were kind of notorious for being on Thanksgiving.
Well,
many years.
They and the Detroit Lions, they kind of coalesced that those were the two teams that played on Thanksgiving Day, Dallas and Detroit. And then the NFL added a third game on Thanksgiving, but I don't think that's the same team. I think they rotate that around and pick a couple of different teams. So they actually have 3 games on Turkey Day now.
Oh, wow.
Instead of just the 2. But Detroit, for a long, long time, Detroit said, just make us every Thanksgiving. Dallas said, just make us every Thanksgiving. And so the first game was always Detroit, then the second game was Dallas, and now there's a third game Sunday night. So that the NFL...
when they play on Sunday, everybody's antsy at church. They got to get out of there, for football.
That's true. That is true.
Or they don't show up because of football. It's like, God doesn't care who wins the game.
Right. Well, no. Now, you haven't talked to a Cowboys fan lately.
Well, I know.
God does care who wins. I hear it all the time.
There's a lot of Cowboys fans. Yes. A friend of mine, now deceased, was a major Cowboy fan. Mm-hmm. I mean, good, bad, or ugly, the Cowboys were it.
Yeah, a super fan.
Oh,
well, the Cowboys were doing really well up until this past Sunday, and then they just kind of laid an egg.
Well, if you get too cocky and confident in what you're doing, that can happen.
Well, I think, too, there's not a lot of difference between the worst NFL team and the best NFL team in terms of just the overall quality of the talent. I mean, by the time you get to the NFL, you're pretty good.
Well, you should be.
And obviously there's differences between teams because some teams are successful year in, year out, and they always get into the playoffs. And then there's other teams like Detroit, which is still looking for their first win.
Yeah.
But at the talent...
So basically, they suck.
Yes, but the talent at that level is pretty good.
Yeah, they may just not be with the right players to make a good team.
Right.
Somebody is not...
Right. So Dallas...
Well, I don't know what to say.
Dallas
was... One of their major players that can form a bond with everybody to get the job done.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
So Dallas was 6-1. They had Denver come into town, and Denver is okay. They're an average team. Denver, I think, right now is 5-4.
Yeah.
So they were 500. They were 4-4 coming into the game. Dallas was 6-1, and Denver just mopped the field with Dallas.
Oh, wow.
In Dallas. It was ugly. It was if you're a Cowboys fan. If you're a Broncos fan, you were loving it. It was a fantastic game. So Denver improves to 5-4, and they're kind of in the hunt with all the other teams in their division. Fortunately for Dallas, they're in a division where everybody else is terrible.
Oh, gee.
So being 6-2 in the loss didn't really hurt their standings in their division, but they are having a good season. I mean, 6-2 is not bad at this point in the season. And then their kicker got COVID.
Oh, dear.
So their kicker's out. They had to go find another kicker somewhere to help fill in. And I don't hear the controversy over the Dallas kicker like the controversy over the Green Bay quarterback. Poor Aaron Rodgers has just been raked over the coals.
Well, he shouldn't have lied.
That's exactly right.
Whether you want to get vaccinated or you don't want to get vaccinated, just say that.
Yeah.
Don't lie about it.
Yeah, don't tell everybody you're immunized.
Yes.
when what does that mean?
Yeah.
And
did you get your shingle shot or your your flu shot or your pneumonia shot or what?
Your polio vaccine or whatever?
Yeah.
No, you're exactly right. That's where he messed up big time. I mean, you can debate the vaccination deal.
Oh yeah, until the cows come home.
But the fact that he lied and said he was immunized.
No.
Yeah. That was a big no-no. He should have come clean and say, I'm not getting vaccinated. I don't want to get vaccinated. I don't plan on getting vaccinated.
And go with that. I'll take tests every week or whatever. But yeah.
But
of course, if we cleaned out our government, in the White House, for people that lied, there wouldn't be anybody left. Zero.
I saw a story. The government right now, they're having a big signing ceremony, and Biden's having a cabinet meeting today to see how they're going to spend the $1 trillion in this budget that was passed. Which I'm thinking, why are they having a meeting to discuss how to spend the money? Wasn't that outlined in the bill that they passed on how the money was going to be spent?
Budget.
Yeah.
We need this much for this and this much for this. The problem is it won't be spent on what they're telling us it's for.
Correct.
It's going to go to everybody's little favorite, especially Pelosi. I'm sure she can figure out something to spend the majority of it on that doesn't pertain to anything that has to do with COVID or infrastructure or rebuilding or bridges or roads or anything. She'll come up with some harebrained thing.
Should I be mean and say ice cream and plastic surgery? Would that be mean to say?
No, that's probably true. That woman needs to go off and sit in a corner and knit for her grandchildren if she has any, or whatever,
But I mean, you're exactly right. But
they should not be allowed to attach things to these bills. If you have a bill and it's for building bridges in southern Texas or wherever, that's exactly what it needs to go for. Not somebody comes along and says, if you want this passed, then I want, $1 bazillion for a new statue in Timbuktu.
Yeah.
No.
I could even handle that because that's negotiations on specific things that the money is going for. And I could see saying, look, I'll support your South Texas bridge project, but my folks up in Buffalo need snow removal equipment. So if I'll support yours...
Okay, well, that's some sort of logic.
Yes.
Not some frivolous crap that usually goes for.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's right.
Yeah.
And then I saw, I think it may have been on townhall.com, somebody scored this budget because they're hiding everything. They're telling us it's $1.7 trillion.
Yeah.
That's not true. It may be $1.7 trillion today, but by the time all the other obligations and programs and everything goes in, they're talking not $1 trillion. What's the next number above $1 trillion?
I don't know that part.
Whatever next number is above $1 trillion.
Quadrillion or something?
Is what this is actually potentially going to cost. We don't have that kind of money available, and if we dump all of that money into the economy, you think it's expensive now for stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's going to get crazy.
Well, we got a president that doesn't even realize the gas prices are high.
I saw that.
And he doesn't probably buy his own gas anyhow, so what difference does it make to him? Well, I saw something that says, in California, they're paying almost, $4 and something. Well, if there's a station in L.A. that's pushing $7 right now, that's a little bit more than $4.
It is, and it's all in the presentation. You're right. The president of the United States does not go out and pump his own gas into...
No, but he should know a little bit about what's going on.
Exactly. So if he says, do you know people are paying that kind of money for gas? That sounds like he has no clue, as opposed to coming out and saying, look, people, we need to do something. People are paying $5 a gallon in California, and we need to fix that. That's not how he said it. If he said it that way, then you would go, okay, the guy's paying attention and looking what's going on
Yeah,
out
but
there.
He doesn't pay any attention.
But he didn't say it that way. He said, there's people, they're paying $4.50 in California.
And the majority of what they're paying is tax.
Well, a lot of it is tax,
gallon, in that gallon. If you broke down what the actual gas cost, how much of it is tax?
Well, it's scary because there's some people that are being vetted to be in the administration. There's a lady who's going to be the operator of the currency, which is a banking thing, who is a communist.
Oh, goody.
And her goal is to bankrupt the oil and gas industry, including all of the little guys, the welders and the trucking companies
Yeah.
and all the other associated companies. Her goal is to bankrupt those companies because of global warming. We have to fix the environment. Global warming is more important, and so it takes precedent over all of this. There's a lady, call her a lady, that has been nominated for a position on the Federal Communications Commission, who is against Fox News, is against conservative media, is against talk radio. Now, the Federal Communications Commission, for the most part, has stayed out of the political aspects or the content aspects of programming on radio and television. Not this person. This person, if they get their way and they get enough of their like-minded people on the commission, net neutrality is going to come back and even worse than what the net neutrality is that's being proposed. And I could see the potential for impact on stations like ours that play conservative talk programming. The fairness doctrine could come back. These are the kind of people that Biden is being told to nominate to these different positions. Bankers are being told that in assessing risk, global warming is real.
But you cannot fix it.
You can fix it through your
Monday.
banking. Yes, you can fix it by who you loan money to. So, I mean, these are the kinds of people that
Get me, I'm speechless.
Yeah.
Has everybody just totally lost their minds?
Yeah.
There's going to be people that are literally freezing this year because they cannot afford to buy heating oil or pay their electric bill.
They're going to have to make
whatever.
choices. Are we going to eat or are we going to have heat?
Well, you
Heat
shouldn't
or
have to
eat?
do that.
I know.
At all.
That's right.
Now, cut out the junk food, and buy just real food, but that's still not going to cut it.
That debate doesn't happen anymore.
No.
What these people want you to do is say, look, I can't afford heating oil.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, oil is destroying the environment and leading to global warming. So therefore, I'm going to go buy solar panels and windmills for my house.
Oh, sure.
That's what they want you to do, Linda. That's what they want you to do. They want you to get rid of your gas heater, get rid of your electric heater that's powered by coal and all that, and put solar panels on your roof. They want you to rebuild your entire house to make it more energy efficient so that you're not wasting so much energy, so that you're living off the sun and the wind. That's what they want you to do. And they're going to force you into doing that by creating a situation where the price of gas is shooting up, the price of heating oil is shooting up, and you're gonna say, look, I'm done with oil and fossil fuels. I'm going to go to wind and solar and electric cars. That's what they're doing.
Well, I'm sorry. They have not looked at the big picture.
No, they've looked at the big picture. No, they've looked at the big picture, and in their mind, the big picture is the environment. In their minds, the environment, the destruction of the earth requires that we have to destroy everything. We have to destroy the banking system. We have to destroy the oil and gas industry. We have to take over the communication systems so that we can manage the message that is going out there.
And what country do we all want to move to now to get out of this nonsense?
Excellent question.
I mean, seriously, there's got to be some other country that maybe Russia might start looking really good. You never know. I mean, they can't be as wacko as what we've got in running our country right now.
Well, the establishment and the media hated Trump so much that we had to destroy Trump. Now we're finding out what we already knew is all the Russian dossier stuff was fake.
Sure, thank you, Clinton.
And all the people in the media that kept pushing it day in, day out, they're like, well, we thought it was real. Adam Schiff, the head of the Intelligence Committee, well, we thought it was real. We can't be accountable for the people that lied to the people that we were relying on. Well, yes, you can.
Yeah.
But they're not going to get fired. They're not going to get kicked off their committee assignments. They're not going to be removed from office.
Or held accountable for anything.
Or held accountable. That's right. And so meanwhile, here we sit with inflation 6, 7, 8%, gas prices going up like crazy, and we're told that the solution to our problems, yours and my problems, Linda, is to quit talking negative about the president, get solar, get wind, and buy an electric car. And
But if
that
you look
will
back at
solve-
what solar costs you, solar panels, there's no way.
The cost is irrelevant, Linda. We have to save the planet. You're not getting it.
I got it all right.
No, you're not understanding here. We're going to take a break for the news. We'll be back with more re-education of Linda.
No, common sense sits here than anywhere else. It's all in this room.
That's right. We'll be back on the other side. This is KSVP.